Welcome to the Saints Sports Corner. We got a great show for you today. We're going to be reassessing the Saints' first preseason game. We're going to find out what went right, what went wrong, and what the Saints need to improve on right after this on the Saints Sports Corner.
Yeah. Who that? Who that? Who that said they gon' beat them Saints? A win is a win by a mile or an inch. It's any given Sunday when we battling in the trenches. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Die hard even after an L. Still reppin' in my section, yelling outside the dome, going home. Who that? We that? Black and gold soul, that's my song. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Touchdown Saints putting points on the board is how my squad steady winning. Sacks on D, turnovers, wow, don't even think about. Coming back, it's already late in the fourth now. We that, who that, we that, who that, who that, who that. 4,000-yard QB, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,200-yard receiver, straight pressure. Lockdown corner, throw that ball if you want to. TFL's in the backfield, boy, we on you.
All right, Who Dat Nation, let's dive right in, man. Look. Let's talk about this Saints' first preseason game. Let's keep it all the way real. Let's not sit up here and do no hot takes. Let's keep it 100% real. No filter, no biased opinions. The Saints started out with Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler showed some improvement on his pocket presence, on his patience, and his ability to stare downfield and move progressions. The problem with the Saints right now is the lack of talent overall. The lack of talent overall. We're going to talk about how the offensive line does not look better from last season. And I also, before I even get into detail, I want to apologize to Mickey Loomis. I'll be the first to say I did not like the Kelvin Banks pick. But what I am going to say is, not only should he have taken Kelvin Banks, he probably should have won another offensive lineman in round 2 before he drafted Tyler Shuck, and probably got Tyler Shuck in the 3rd round if he was there, because this offensive line looks just as bad as the offensive line the previous year. Now, granted, I understand Eric McCoy wasn't in, but make no mistake, the drop-off for the offensive line should not be that big when it comes to the offensive line as a whole and the continuity. People lose offensive linemen every year, and some teams every game. But the drop-off between Eric McCoy being in the starting lineup and him not is too severe. Our offensive line depth is horrendous. It's horrendous. Like, I know a lot of guys not going to be on the team and a lot of guys fighting for jobs, but the depth is not that good either. We saw Trevor Penning go down, and we saw Will Clapp go down. That's your depth. If Penning doesn't win the job, hopefully the injuries are not serious. We cannot keep getting injured and affording these injuries, or we really are going to be fighting for the number 1 pick. I mean, it was we had a shot of getting it before. Our chances have just went up with the offensive line injuries. Also, our wide receivers cannot get injured. Are we going to be done? Because we have no depth behind them. Like, the depth of the Saints offense is atrocious outside of running back. We seen Kendra do some good things. We did. We got to be honest. But there's no reason for the depth to be that bad. We in a rebuild, but we didn't even rebuild at other positions. I understand we don't have no Pro Bowlers. So our lack of talent is really bad. But at the same time, there's no reason for the defensive line of the Chargers to be living in the backfield the way they was today. We want to talk about, Rattler, the same quarterback. No, you're doing the same thing you did to him last year. You're giving him a terrible base to start with and expecting them to perform miracles. And that's the same thing for Tyler Shuck. You cannot expect the quarterback to perform miracles with guys who's not even supposed to be on your roster. But for the guys that are going to be on your roster to perform the way they did, that's unacceptable. Yes, it's just preseason. Yes, they have time to fix it. But it ain't looking bright. It's not. No wonder the defense is having a strong training camp. They're going against these guys. Look at it as a whole. These guys was living in the backfield. This cannot happen. If you want your quarterback to have, I don't care who the quarterback is, Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shough. If you want your quarterback to have success, you have to protect them. That's why the offensive line is always my number one. Offense and defensive line is always my number one and number two thing. Who's going to rush the passer? Who's going to protect the quarterback? It starts up front. You all know this. There's no way. Man, Spencer Rattler had like 1.5 seconds. Every play, and the plays he didn't, all positive plays. And we're going to examine it. We're going to look at it. We're going to find the clips and look at it. There's no way. Man, he snapped the ball. There's a defensive tackle in his face as soon as he catches it. That's unacceptable, man. That's unacceptable. You cannot evaluate quarterbacks where your wide receiver's not getting separation and your offensive line is getting manhandled out there. That cannot happen. And then when Tyler Shough come in, he playing against the same third stringers and second stringers Tyler Shough was playing in, but now the offensive line is starting to play better because they have more snaps. Right? Tyler Shough does what he's supposed to do. He looked far better with those offensive linemen. Let's not get it confused. The pass rushers and the team Rattler was playing with is not the same team Tyler Shough was playing with. And their offensive line didn't have any continuity up until that point. Let's call a spade a spade. The even route tree wasn't even the same. Where was the boots? Because protection was bad. Why wasn't they rolling them out? That's a question for Kellen Moore. The same way he was rolling out Tyler Shough. If you know your guys can't protect, you should have extra offensive linemen to help protect extra tight ends. It's unacceptable. Like, I don't understand it. There's no reason for Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough to be running for their life. No reason. How you going to evaluate the guys? Then the wide receivers. Oh my God, they're dropping so many passes. Pass here, pass that. Rattler was trying to protect them from getting smacked, and they still ain't bringing the ball in. Mind you, Rattler could have put these things in a better position on one of the balls, but the other ball, he put it right there. The guys cannot adjust the ball. Now, granted, I'll say this. Here's what I would say about Rattler. He needs to take a little bit of the heat away from the ball. He do, because trying to adjust a back shoulder with a missile, a lot of these wide receivers don't got hands like that. This is not Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, I can see him making that play. He has strong hands, but a lot of these wide receivers got soft hands. They can't just pluck the ball out the air the way some other wide receivers can. But come on, man. Come on, man. Defense looked good. Defensive line was getting after. Linebackers was getting after. Cornerbacks played well. They look good. And it's against the first string. Minus Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey. So we still got the jury's still out on them too. But there's no way. I repeat, no way Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough should be running for their life and have that much pressure. Granted, I am the one who said, if I'm the Chargers, I'll be applying pressure. And if I'm Kellen Moore, I'll be asking for pressure. But you can't handle pressure well if you don't pick it up. There was even a flag that was called that there was a man coming scot-free. Luckily, the flag was called. Luckily, the Saints false start because they completely missed the whole block assignment. Like, this is egregious. This has to be cleaned up. This really does. You got 2 offensive linemen that got injured, and that was basically carted off. You got a wide receiver in Bub Mins that's injured again. Don't know how severe that injury is. Don't know how severe the 2 offensive line injuries is, but you already starting out with an 0-3 when it comes to key positions that you need. Tight ends look invisible. Like completely just non-existent. This is how it was the last 2 years. They make plays every now and then, but it's never consistent. Consistency is killing this team on all levels on offense. We know Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave can do their thing. We know that. But at least give Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler one series with the guys. I know Chris Olave was hurt. Before you say anything, I know it was hurt. But next game, these dudes got to play at least 2 series for each quarterback. Give Tyler Shuck 2 series, sub him out. Give Spencer Rattler 2 series, sub him out. Give Jake Hanna 2 series, sub him out. Something. Because you cannot have continuity with quarterbacks and wide receivers if none of them playing only in training camp and then the live bullets not flying. Like, this ain't a sympathy message for for Spencer Rattler. This is just facts. Your offense, everything starts with the offensive line. If they're not picking up their assignments, they're not picking up stunts, they're not picking up one-on-ones, ain't nothing your quarterback can do. I don't care what scheme you run. Every time they picked up something, Spencer Rattler got positive yards. Every time they picked up the pass rush, they got positive. Now, is it going to be perfect? No. Sometimes Spencer Rattler going to have to make things happen. But when he did, drop balls. This ain't an excuse. This is facts. Watch the tape. We're going to show some of the clips in this video. Watch the tape. They're living in the backfield. Then they say, oh, our running game was non-existent. How you going to run if the defensive lineman is in the backfield? What you running to? Besides on the ground, because that's the only place you're going to be. This is crazy, guys. We got to fix this. You know? But there is some good. Cornerbacks played well. Cornerbacks, for the most part, played well. They showed they're behind. Defensive line played well. And that's without the some of the starters in. Shout out to Christian Boyd. Almost had a sack. Should have been a sack, but he almost had a sack. That's some positives. Linebackers doing their thing. Pete Werner and Danny Stutzman doing their thing. Show some promise. I like that. So our defense looked to be way ahead of the offense. And now I see why this quarterback battle is too close to call. I seen it for my own eyes. How you going to call a quarterback battle and you can't protect nobody? Like, that's obvious. I don't even know if it's fair for anybody to be named a starter. Come on, man. We got to do better. But it's the first preseason game. It's the first preseason game. I thought Kellen Moore did a good job as the first-year head coach. I really did. I thought he did a really good job calling plays. Smart. This is what y'all not paying attention to. He's smart. He already know the offensive line is not as good as it should be. He already come out in shotgun for both quarterbacks. That tell me everything. If you're not under center, whether it's his scheme or not, if he's not comfortable with any of them under center, that tells me he knows his offensive line is bad. It's not a good sign, folks. Pay attention. But we need to call some offensive linemen. We need to call some wide receivers. We need depth. Lack of separation ain't going to get it done. Lack of holding up on your block at least 2.2 seconds. Not 1.8, 1.5. At least 2.2 seconds will be okay. The average is 3 seconds. We ain't even at 3. You ain't even getting a 3. Unless it's a scramble. Got to do better, man. Got to do better. Also, no excuses for Rattler for not holding on the ball. Even though it was a blindside sack. Got to hold it on. Got to try to fight for something. You got to hold on to the ball. You can't keep turning the ball over like that. That's a no-no. Got to be consistent, Rattler. That's the only way you win this job. They want Tyler Shuck to have the job. That's their pick. And they have every right to. But that offensive line is atrocious. I hate to keep coming back that it's atrocious right now. I don't even know if we have a serviceable guard, and that's with Ruiz. Until they show me something different, I don't know. I think you only set at the tackles. But most of the pressure come from inside. We know Eric McCoy going to do what he do. But where's your guards? Where is your guards? Kellen going to have to fix this. I told y'all on the pod earlier. This is a astronomical uphill climb he has because of the lack of depth. Our talent depth is depleted and you can see it firsthand. this was a really bad job. That's why a lot of coaches opted out. They saw behind all the glitz and Drew Brees, Sean Payton, glamour, and Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Eric McCoy, those are your Pro Bowlers. But Cam Jordan, Alvin Kamara, and Demario Davis both is 30 plus. These guys are getting older. Kendra showed some nice things today. We need a backup run. He showed some nice things when the holes were available. So kudos to him. But got to tighten up, folks. Got to tighten up, folks. It's the only way we're going to be able to be serviceable. It looks like it's going to be a long year. It does. Look at what you saw. But word is they might have joint practices with the Rams. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully some positive things happen. But it doesn't matter. If that offensive line is not cleaned up, you can go ahead and forget about it. If the wide receivers don't stay healthy and one of them get injured, you might as well forget about it. Who do you count on? I seen Brother Cooks in the game. Still wasn't much separation. And you can't get separation if your line ain't giving you time. It all goes hand in hand. But I ain't going to keep ratting on the offensive line. That's just a recap. I give y'all some footage so y'all can see how they was living in the backfield. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all for watching the show. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. That's all I got to say. That's my quick recap. Shout out to the Who Dat Nation. Shout out to all the Saints fans. See y'all on the next pod.
Yeah. Who that? Who that? Who that said they gon' beat them Saints? A win is a win by a mile or an inch. It's any given Sunday when we battling in the trenches. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Die hard even after an L. Still reppin' in my section, yelling outside the dome, going home. Who that? We that? Black and gold soul, that's my song. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Touchdown Saints putting points on the board is how my squad steady winning. Sacks on D, turnovers, wow, don't even think about coming back, it's already late in the fourth now. We that, who that, we that, who that, who that, who that. 4,000-yard QB, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,200-yard receiver, straight pressure. Lockdown corner, throw that ball if you want it. TFL's in the backfield, boy, we on you. Black and gold, so that's what I'm all about. Forget about the division, the Saints run the South. Who that, we that. Who that? We that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Yeah. Who that? Who that? Who that said they gon' beat them Saints? A win is a win by a mile or an inch. It's any given Sunday when we battling in the trenches. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Die hard even after an L. Still reppin' in my section, yelling outside the dome, going home. Who that? We that? Black and gold soul, that's my song. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Touchdown Saints putting points on the board is how my squad steady winning. Sacks on D, turnovers, wow, don't even think about